More than 90 million Americans buy athletic shoes every year. The sneaker startup Allbirds, have you heard of it, is working to increase its share of the market. A lot of you have, because in its first 2 years, the company has sold, listen to this, more than 1 million pairs of shoes in 2 years. San Francisco-based Allbirds says it's committed to using sustainable environmental practices to make what it calls the world's most comfortable shoe. It's already known for its wool sneaker, but today, starting today, the company's launching Tree. That's a new line of shoes with materials sourced from eucalyptus. Tim Brown and Joey Zwillinger are the co-founders and did I say it right?
You got it.
Co-founders. I've been practicing, Joey. Co-founders and co-CEOs of Allbirds. We welcome you guys to the table. You know, before we went to break, I said it's like walking on marshmallows. That's how comfortable I think it is. And Tony, our resident cranky Yankee, said, Gayle, who wants to walk on marshmallows because it gets stuck between your toes? The example I was making is that they're so soft and cushy. That's the only point I was making about that. You would agree with me about that. Cut to resident cranky Yankee Tony. Yeah. Tony, we're going to give you a pair of Allbirds. But listen, this idea, we really should thank your wives, because your wives were college roommates, and they introduced the two of you. They said what?
They said, don't mess up our friendship.
Yeah.
But you guys potentially, there's a business here, you should do it together.
Why? Because you were a former soccer player.
I was.
You were a chemical engineer.
Yep.
So you said you invited him over for a romantic dinner, Joey.
Well, he was.
What does that mean?
He was. Well,
were marshmallows involved in it?
yeah, maybe for dessert. I don't remember, but there was. He was in London and had been doing a fantastic job with the early iterations of what's now Allbirds and what's been a fantastic 2 years, as you mentioned, and I think we just wanted to explore together if there was something big that we could do. And he flew out from London. My family was gone. I did cook him a lamb stew. We enjoyed the food and the irony of doing lamb with wool shoes. And we
your
walked
concept
around.
was what? You said we want to do what?
Yeah, what we gravitated around was this idea that the casual shoe space in particular, there was this trend where everything was adding more and more and more flashy logos, more seams, everything that wasn't doing something for comfort. So if we could strip everything down to its simplest form, remove everything that wasn't functional, we thought that we could make something quite beautiful out of that from the simplicity. And we could derive this amazing comfort from merino wool and this particular fabric that we were in the process of co-developing with a mill outside of Italy and outside of Milan in Italy. And we thought we could do really comfortable shoes into a space that's enormous.
Yeah,
well,
the shoe industry is just giant. So.
Yeah, well, they've been incredibly popular. So why now are you moving beyond wool?
The wool is fantastic, incredibly comfortable. When it gets really hot, it's not as good. So we tried to find a new material that worked when the weather was warm.
This is a new
Eucalyptus?
Eucalyptus.
Why? How did you hit on that? Was that like, eucalyptus?
It's got a cooling properties. So it was perfect for the problem that we'd identified. And so we set out to try and solve it. It took 2 years to work it out, and we launched it today.
So you call this new tree material?
Tree material.
Tree material.
It doesn't sound cuddly, but
No, it doesn't.
Like the eucalyptus tree doesn't sound too cuddly, but this thing has these amazing properties where you touch it and all of a sudden it's got this nice cooling sensation, silky soft hand feel, and we've left a couple notes of our superfine merino on the inside, on the top of the insole cover, and in the heel cup where comfort really matters for softness.
Take me inside the process. What takes 2 years? Are you trying out other materials? Is it things? What are you having to tweak along the way?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Once we found the fiber and we knew that it had this amazing property and it cooled and gave you a delightful experience on your feet, it still was a long road for us to get to a yarn. We took that fiber and then we made it into a yarn that was perfect for shoes and was tough enough for the challenges of being on your feet all day. And then we had to figure out this new knitting technology because we really wanted to accentuate that breeziness with this new knit. So this knitting process is a software-enabled knitting process, and it gives you just the perfect amount of breathability where you need it, durability where you need the durability on the sides.
I say this, Joey. I think people
journey.
should just buy the shoes and try them and see for themselves.
100%. Allbirds.com. I love it.
But I think what you guys do together, I think, is very cool. You're always asking, is there a better way to do things? And in your office, you insist that everybody work as a receptionist, including yourselves. At the company, you want everybody to try all the different jobs. Why do you think that that's important?
We've got a team of nearly 100 people that know largely nothing about shoes. We're attacking this industry, a category that's hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
It's very old-fashioned in the way that it does things, and we've got this incredibly talented group of people that are pulling together, trying to tackle this very complicated problem to bring sustainable materials into footwear. And it's about sharing that challenge. So we've all tried to muck in, roll our sleeves up, and that's what that's about.
Well, when I saw your names on the grid that you were coming, I was so excited because my son gave me a pair of these 2 years ago, and I just gave Oprah a pair for her birthday. It's
great.
pretty good, right?
Thank you.
Moss green one.
And what does she think?
Oh, she likes them. She's got them in London right now. She likes them.
And next time we'll have your receptionist here.
Yes,
There you go.
that's right.
Tim,